Yo, so I know for the most part, this is a very sensitive topic to cover, but or at least I felt as though the information was needed because I'm sure as artists, whether we're beginners or we've been doing it for a really long time, we all came to a point when we wanted to copy our favorite artists or our favorite pieces, whether it be from anime or just from any art form in general. We always, or for the most part, we had the mindset that, or at least for me, I had the mindset that I like that. I want to do that. And it came to a point where if I didn't make an exact copy or if it didn't look the exact same as the reference, that I would feel displeased with my artistic abilities. But the reason why I created this video is that the reference is just that. It's a reference. It isn't there to make a copy of someone else's work. It's there to be used as a reference or as a foundation for your own work. So you know what you want to do and you know what you want to put on a paper. So the first tip that I would give in order to properly gain reference from your reference is that you don't have to make a one-to-one copy of a piece you like to like your piece. You have to add elements that you enjoy, not just from that piece per se, and just try to find things that feel right to you. Because at the end of the day, the original will always be better than a sequel, or in most cases. So instead of trying to make a sequel of someone else's work or try to rehash something that someone has already seen, try to put your own spin on it. Don't force elements into it that wouldn't feel right to you, but instead add or implement elements into it that you know that you would enjoy, as opposed to what other people might think or like. So that would be the first tip that I would give you. And just to also know that it's okay to use references as a way to learn and improve your skills. There's nothing wrong with using references, despite what other people might say, or as using references is cheating, or it stifles creativity, or it's not allowing you to use your imagination. First of all, you don't have to live and die by the reference. If you want to use the reference just as a pose for your OC or for a character that you may like for fan art, it's endless possibilities that you can use with references. So if the reference stifles your creativity, sounds like you just have to be more creative. And also, why would you stop, or why would you stifle your progress because of fear that you would stifle your creativity? That's like, if I were to give you a fill in the blank on the diagram of the skeletal system or of the muscular system, how would you be able to point out which muscle is which if you've never seen it before? That's the same thing. That's the same thing with art. How would you be able to know what something looks like? How would you be able to know what something looks like if you've never seen it before? How would you understand how valuable the cranium is for a portrait, or how muscles move? Even using yourself as a reference is a necessity at times in order for you to learn, and in order for you to have that in your mental library, as Sam does art would say. In order to have that in your mental library, you have to take note of it by reviewing references. So I never really understood that aspect. But the final tip that I would give you is that you're never going to be able to do what other people do exactly like them. And to be completely honest, you shouldn't want to. Why would you want to be someone else when God has sat down and created you in his own image? Every single person is unique. You shouldn't want to be like everybody else. Every person's journey is different. Every single person's art style is different because you all went through different things in your life and you all have different opinions on what art is to you. So you aren't really telling your story. Matter of fact, you're selling yourself short by just trying to recreate something that was already created. And it gives your art less value. I mean, as long as you value it. As long as you value it. Like if you enjoy realism, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But I've seen people use realism and actually put their own spin on it, which I thought was beautiful. Or if you're a fan of Renaissance paintings, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. Like I said, you could also use them as practice, but not everything you do should be a copy. Like, let's say you go through Leonardo da Vinci's entire painting history and you just rehash every painting that he ever made. Now I want you to understand, if you were to do all that, you would simply be the next Leonardo da Vinci. And even at times, people wouldn't even call you that because they feel as though they're just a cheap imitation or a copy. So it wouldn't really make sense. Although you would have the ability to do the things that Leonardo da Vinci had done, you would just be another Leonardo da Vinci. And the world doesn't need another Leonardo da Vinci. It needs you. It needs your creativity. It needs your imagination. And it needs your art. So just in understanding that, that's really all I could teach you, or that's really all the advice I could give you. It's the fact that you are you. You shouldn't try to be anyone else. So I hope this helps you to understand why references are important and why you shouldn't try to be a copy. But that being said, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next one. Keep creating.